Welcome to the Wellness Visions channel, where you will learn how to empower yourself to transform your health and your life. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Jennie Hsu, and a physician, health and wellness coach with 20 years of clinical experience. Today, we are going to talk about the science behind habits and how to consciously form healthy habits to improve your health and life. These habits will help you achieve your wellness vision plan and smarter goals, where you live that inspired life that you created and aligned with your values and dreams. Check out my prior videos to review how to set up and implement your wellness vision plan. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you are interested in learning more health and wellness information that will change your life. Click on the bell next to the subscribe button to be alerted to my next video. Share my channel with others who want to join us in the lifestyle wellness movement. Stay tuned to my next video, as I will share some specific tips on how to further implement your wellness vision plan in each dimension of your life. Come work with me personally for transformational health and life coaching by going to my Facebook or LinkedIn page to contact me personally. Why are habits important to your health and wellness? What are habits? How are effective habits formed? Let's talk about the first question. Why are habits important? Jim Rohn, an entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker, said, "Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going." In other words, motivation is great to start a race, but habits will let you finish a marathon. Greatness starts from the inside out. Mindfulness of what you are doing in your life can help you shift from habits that are not as healthy to healthier ones. For example, instead of reaching for comfort foods when stressed, which then leads to weight gain, one can choose more healthy habits, such as going for a walk when feeling stressed. Habits can help you achieve the willpower to achieve any goals that you set out to accomplish. So what are habits? Habits come from a process in the brain which converts a sequence of actions into an automatic routine, known as chunking. Habits, science say, emerge because the brain is constantly looking for ways to save effort. The brain will try to make almost any routine into a habit because our habits allow our minds to conserve energy. This effort-saving instinct is a huge advantage. An efficient brain requires less room, which makes for a smaller head, which makes childbirth easier and therefore causes fewer infant and mother deaths. An efficient brain also allows us to stop thinking constantly about basic behaviors, such as driving a car. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, said any habit can be broken down into a feedback loop that involves 4 steps: cue, craving, response, and reward. First, there's a cue, a trigger that tells your brain to go into automatic mode and which habit to use. Then there is a routine, which is a response, which can be physical, mental, or emotional. Finally, there's a reward, which helps your brain figure out if this particular loop is worth remembering for the future. Over time, this loop becomes more and more automatic. The cue and reward becomes intertwined until a powerful sense of anticipation and craving emerges. A habit cannot be eradicated, as it is encoded into the unconscious structures of our brain. However, it can be consciously replaced. Habits are most malleable when the golden rule of habit change is applied. If we keep the same cue and the same reward, a new routine can be inserted. But that's not enough. For habit to stay changed, people must believe change is possible. And most often that belief only emerges with the help of a coach or a group. How are effective habits formed? The 4 laws of behavior change are a simple set of rules we can use to build better habits. They are 1, make it obvious; 2, make it attractive; 3, make it easy; and 4, make it satisfying. The 7 atomic habit principles, which can help you apply these atomic habits in your life, are: 1, tiny improvements can lead to remarkable change, even 1% done consistently and compound over time to significant changes. 2, focus less on goals and outcomes. Focus more on systems or your process for maintaining your new habit. 3, change who you are by what you do. 4, design the environment to make change obvious. For example, put your workout shoes and clothes in the car to go work out after work. 5, use social dynamics to make change attractive, such as joining an exercise class to stay motivated. 6, enable consistency to make change easy. It can take anywhere from 18 to 254 days for a person to form a new habit, and on average 66 days for that new behavior to become automatic. So stay patient and consistent. Next, 7, reward behaviors to make that change. Duhigg, the author of The Power of Habit, Why We Do What We Do in Life and Business, describes how he overcame his habit of having a cookie at work, which led to an 8.7-pound weight gain. His cue was a certain time in the afternoon, and he realized his reward was social time with others. He substituted his cookie routine with going to a coworker's desk to just chat. He was then eventually able to lose his 8.7 pounds by substituting that cookie habit with a healthier response. Next, I will highlight Dr. Stephen Covey's 7 habits of highly effective people, along with his 8th habit, so stay tuned. Covey's approach to being effective in attaining goals is based on the character ethic, aligning one's values with so-called universal and timeless principles. Principles are external natural laws, while values remain internal and subjective to a person. Our values govern our behavior, while principles ultimately determine the consequences. Covey presents his teachings in a series of habits, progressing from dependence through independence onto interdependence in what he calls the maturity continuum. Dependence means you need others to get what you need, such as an infant, depending on others for care. One may be emotionally dependent on others for people's affirmation and validation of oneself. Dependent is the attitude of you take care of me, or you don't come through and I blame you for the result, such as seen in the victim mentality. Independence means you are free from the external influence and support of others, where one has an attitude of I, such as in the goals of many individuals, many social movements to enthrone independence as the highest level of achievement, but is not the ultimate goal in effective living. There's a far more mature and more advanced level, which is the third and highest level in the maturity continuum, called interdependence. We live in an interdependent reality. Interdependence is essential for good leaders, good team players, a successful marriage or family life, and in organizations. Interdependence is the attitude of we. We can cooperate, we can be a team, we can combine our talents. Each of the first 3 habits is intended to help achieve independence. The next 3 habits are then intended to help achieve interdependence. The 7th habit is intended to help maintain these achievements. Independence. The first 3 habits moves from dependence to independence through self-mastery. And they are 1, be proactive. Take responsibility for your reaction to your experiences. Take the initiatives to respond positively and improve the situation. Recognize your circle of influence and circle of concern. Focus your responses and focus on the center of your influence. 2, begin with the end in mind. Envision what you want in the future so that you can work and plan towards it. Understand how people make decisions in their life. To be effective, you need to act based on principles and constantly review your mission statements. Are you right now who you want to be? What do I have to say about myself? How do you want to be remembered? If habit 1 advises changing your life to act and be proactive, habit 2 advises that you are the programmer and the creator of your life. All things are created twice. Before we act, we should act in our minds consciously first. Before we create something, we need to measure twice. This is what the principle is about. Do not just act, think first. This is how I want to go, and how are these then the correct consequences? And number 3, first things first. This is embodied by the matrix of importance versus age urgency that Stephen Covey used to help people decide where to invest their efforts. One defines what is important and what is urgent in their life. Priorities should be given in the following order. Quadrant 1 is urgent and important, and you should do these. These are important deadlines and crises. Quadrant 2, not urgent but very important. You should plan long-term development for this. Quadrant 3 is urgent but not important. And those should be delegated, and these may have deadlines. Quadrant 4 is urgent and not important, so you should eliminate those distractions and keep this in order. Completing the items in quadrant 1 is important, but you really should spend the majority of your time in quadrant 2 and spend less time in quadrant 3 and 4. The calls to delegate and eliminate are effective reminders of their relative priority. If habit 2 advises that you are the program creator, habit 3 advises write or create your program. Become your own leader. Keep personal integrity, what you say versus what you do. Interdependence. The next 3 levels talk about interdependence, such as when working with others. So number 4, think win-win. Have genuine feelings for mutually beneficial solutions or agreements in your relationships. Value and respect other people by understanding a win for all is ultimately a better long-term solution than if only one person in the situation had gotten their way. Think win-win isn't about being nice, nor is it a quick fix technique. It is a character-based code for human interaction and collaboration. 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Use empathy to listen genuinely to understand a person, which compels them to reciprocate the listening and take an open mind to be influenced by you. This creates an atmosphere of caring and positive problem solving. Habit 5 is represented by the 3 words in Greek philosophy. 1, ethos, your personal credibility, so trust that you inspire your emotional bank account. 2, pathos, which is an empathetic side, where you are aligned with emotional trust of another person's communication. Number 3, logos, which is the logic, the reasoning part of an interpersonal exchange. The order is important: ethos, pathos, logos, your character, relationships, and then the logic of your exchange. So then next, habit number 6, synergize, combine the strengths of people through positive teamwork to achieve the goals that no one could have done alone. The 7th habit is one of continuous improvement in both the personal and interpersonal spheres of influence, and it's known as sharpen the saw, or continuous growth. Balancing and renewing your resources, energy, and health to create a sustainable, long-term effective lifestyle is the goal. It primarily emphasizes exercise for physical renewal, good emotional spiritual practice such as prayer, meditation, yoga, good reading for mental renewal, and service to society for spiritual renewal. Covey's upward spiral model illustrates how through our conscience, along with meaningful and consistent progress, the spiral will result in growth, change, and constant improvement. One is always attempting to integrate and master the principles outlined in the 7 habits at progressively higher levels. Further development on any habit will render a different experience, and one will learn the principles with a deeper understanding. The upward spiral model consists of 3 parts: learn, commit, and do. Continuous renewal by education for growth and development will propel one along the path of personal freedom, security, wisdom, and power. And lastly, the 8th habit. The 8th habit is find your voice and inspire others to find theirs. Voice is Covey's code for unique personal significance. Those who inspire others to find theirs are the leaders needed now and for the future. People can discover their voice because of the 3 gifts everyone is born with. 1, the freedom to choose. 2, the natural laws or principles, those that dictate the consequences of behavior. Positive consequences come from fairness, kindness, respect, honesty, integrity, service, and contribution. Number 3, the 4 areas of intelligence, from mental to physical, emotional, and spiritual, are keys to understanding and application of the whole person paradigm. Denial of any of these areas reduces individuals to things, inviting more problems. And it's thought the industrial age is assumed to have been this period depend on such a denial. Covey believed that the information age and the age of wisdom, which we're entering, requires whole people functioning in whole jobs, which are aligned with all 4 aspects of their intelligence. Great achievers express their voice through the use of their intelligences. Achievers, for example, develop their mental energy into a vision, develop their physical energy into discipline, such as in habits, develop their emotional energy into passion, and develop their spiritual energy into conscious. Their inward moral sense of what is right and what is wrong, and a drive towards meaning and contribution. I've added in the comments below on how I started on social media after I found my voice to empower myself to heal and transform my life and to inspire others to find their own power to change their lives. Check out the links to the books mentioned. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and click on the bell to my channel to learn more health and wellness information to improve your life. Contact me personally to achieve your transformational health and life goals as I guide you in working on your wellness vision, your own inspired goals as you develop new healthy habits by going to my Facebook or LinkedIn page to contact me. Thank you.